Vuitton, the brand, is a household name in the designer handbag, luggage, and perfume industry. This luxury good giant has an estimated value of more than $40 billion, way beyond its close competitors like Hermes, Zara, Gucci, and H&M. Louis Vuitton is among the top-rated luxury brands, forming the LVMH conglomerate, a corporation that controls most of the luxury brands currently on sale. Most of us have one or two great stories to tell about Louis Vuitton, but not all of us can give a detailed account of Vuitton's origins, its growth, and the trials it's faced along the way. If you want to get a solid grasp on the Louis Vuitton brand's origins, stay with me as I take you through the story behind the brand. And as always, like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. Your support means everything to us. Louis Vuitton was born on August 4, 1821 in Jura, a small hamlet in eastern France's mountainous, heavily wooded region. Descended from a long-established working-class family, Vuitton's ancestors were joiners, carpenters, farmers, and milliners. His father Xavier was a farmer, and his mother was a milliner. Vuitton's mother passed away when he was only 10 years old, and his father soon remarried. As legend has it, Vuitton's new stepmother was as severe and wicked as any fairy tale Cinderella villain. A stubborn and headstrong child, antagonized by his stepmother, he resolved to run away for the bustling capital of Paris. In the spring of 1835, at the age of 13, Vuitton left home alone and on foot, bound for Paris. He traveled for more than 2 years, taking odd jobs to feed himself along the way and staying wherever he could find shelter. He walked for about 300 miles from his native town to Paris, and he arrived in 1837 at the age of 16. The Louis Vuitton brand started from pretty humble beginnings back in 1854. The brand founder Louis Vuitton launched the brand in Paris as a custom trunk making and packing workshop. Before then, Louis had traveled and worked for different odd jobs to earn a living. He gained his trunk making experience from working as an apprentice to Monsieur Maréchal, who saw him win a solid reputation among the elites of Paris. In 1854, he married Clémence Émilie Pariot, with whom he later started a family. The same year, he left Monsieur Maréchal to open his own workshop in Paris. This first shop was located on a street called Neuve des Capucines. This marks the official start of Louis Vuitton as a business. With his own workshop, he started making his own creations and designs. He, for example, started using canvases instead of leather, which made the trunks waterproof and very durable. In 1858, the business gained even more popularity with the introduction of rectangular trunks. This was revolutionary for the time, because it made it possible for the trunks to be stacked, unlike normal rounded-top trunks. In 1859, Louis was able to expand his business with a second, bigger workshop in a small village outside of Paris. Before he was even 30, Vuitton has built for himself a network of acquaintances in the French royalty. His craftsman skills had impressed Empress Eugénie de Montijo, the wife of Napoleon III, which saw her employ him as her personal trunk maker. The loyal sponsorship heightened Vuitton's skills, presenting a better opportunity for him to launch his own company. Destined to be great, Vuitton took only 4 years to revolutionize his trade. Within the 4 years, he had filled his knowledge box to the extent of being able to come up with unique and more advanced designs. Vuitton made and displayed the first ever flat trunk in 1858, which even the modern designers consider the origin of the sophisticated luggage we have today. Vuitton had designed the trunks so innovatively and elegantly, such as they did not only impress but also captivate. Designed in well-sized rectangular shapes, the trunks were light in weight and water and odor resistant. Vuitton was so smart to realize the need for luxurious and more advanced baggage triggered by the birth of the steam engine in the 19th century. The trunks were more durable, stackable, and convenient. The box could stand more torture and exploitation, and it was made of grey canvas instead of the usual leather. A year after discovering the innovative and revolutionized trunk, Louis Vuitton had no choice but to expand his business. Owing to the overwhelmingly high order from different parts of the world, the high demand for these unique trunks got Vuitton thinking on how to increase the production to meet the soaring order demand. To achieve that, he found a bigger workshop in Asnières, a small village a mile away from the gateway of Paris, and in the countryside of France. The workshop, though bigger, didn't meet the increase in order, and so Vuitton had to open more workshops in the northwest of Paris. The larger workshops, combined with the innovative glass and metal construction that epitomized superior comfort and quality, saw Vuitton's brand reach out to a bigger client base and earn more trust from clients all over the world. Unfortunately, Vuitton incurred losses and damages during the 1870 Franco-Prussian War, but that did not deter him but made him want to come back stronger and mightier. In 1888, Vuitton introduced the canvas trademark on his product. In 1889, he introduced the damier canvas at the Exposition Universelle, which saw him win a gold medal for his garment and wardrobe trunk. A year later, Vuitton and his team introduced the tumbler lock. The lock was designed to make his creations safer. The lock had a unique numbered key that made it sophisticated, impressive, and effective. Old enough and having achieved a lot within the period he lived, Louis Vuitton died in 1892, leaving the company under the control of his son, Georges Vuitton. Soon after Georges Vuitton took over, the signature LV monogram canvas was introduced. Just like his father, Georges was smart enough to come up with a unique monogram canvas that featured LV initials and botanical patterns to prevent photocopying. The monogram was the beginning of the modern luxury monograms. The monogram had a universal and timeless appeal, which saw it being used in different civilizations. In 1897, Georges welcomed his son to the company, Gaston Louis Vuitton. Vuitton's grandson, together with his father, oversaw the opening of a new shop in Champs-Élysées in Paris. In 1914, opened in the Vuitton building, the store was the biggest ever store for global articles. It acted as Vuitton's brand address in Paris until 1954. Even with its reputation deep-rooted in the hearts of most nations and cities around the world, the Vuitton brand pioneers didn't relent in coming up with new inventions and transitions. In 1926, they invented 3 of the world's current best-selling perfumes. The Heure d'Absence perfume brand was the first to be launched, followed by the Réminiscence and the Sur de la Route brands. All these were designer brands that were wholeheartedly welcomed by buyers in different markets around the world. In 1987, Louis Vuitton merged with Moet Hennessy to create LVMH Luxury Conglomerate. The LVMH Luxury Conglomerate's agenda was to streamline the control of luxury brands and goods. In 1989, Louis Vuitton introduced the classic car competition and show. 3 years later, the brand introduces the Alma City bag. The Alma City bag design was an authentic replica of the house's luggage in the 1930s. The birth of the Alma City bag introduced a whole new era of smart and iconic pieces in the brand's history. In 1997, the brand introduced Marc Jacobs as its creative director. Immediately he gets on board. He is mandated to oversee the creation of a ready-to-wear collection. With Marc on board in the brand's agenda to innovate and invent more luxury products, several ready-to-wear and shoe collections are born. The creation process takes about 8 months, starting from the designing to the introduction of the finished product to the market. Louis Vuitton started the 2000s era in a high tone. They began by creating a limited edition of Vuitton bags that featured a graffiti above its monogram pattern. The printed graffiti had the name of the bag or just simply read Louis Vuitton. There were VIP pieces that didn't have the monogram canvas background but only had the graffiti. In the same year, Jacobs designed and oversaw the creation of the first ever charm bracelet. With Marc Jacobs still on board, the Louis Vuitton brand introduced the Tambour watch collection in 2002. They also opened the Louis Vuitton building in the Ginza district in Tokyo. They also signed a bunch of partnerships with Bob Wilson and Takashi Murakami. Takashi Murakami invented the monogram multicolor canvas that ranged from handbags to accessories. The collection included only standard monogram canvas, but in 33 varied colors that were either black or white background. The partnership also saw the creation of cherry blossom patterns, which were added to the monogram canvas to make them more attractive and innovative. However, the design was only added to several pieces. The production didn't last long as the brand discounted in the midst of 2003. Still in 2003, the brand opened new stores in India and Russia. And with new stores opening, the brand introduced Suhali and Utah leather lines. 2004 marked Louis Vuitton's 150th anniversary, and so they introduced new stores in New York City, Johannesburg, and Mexico City, as well as other big cities. The same year, Louis Vuitton also launched the first ever international store in Shanghai. At the start of 2005, the brand reopened the closed Paris-based Champs-Élysées stores. The following year, the brand held an inauguration to launch the Espace Louis Vuitton. 2 years later, the brand introduced the damier graphite canvas, which was available in grey and black color, making it feel classy and look masculine. The same year, the brand collaborated with Pharrell Williams to create the Blazon Jewelry series and the Louis Vuitton glasses. In 2010, this luxury brand opened the London-based most ever luxurious store. In 2011, Louis Vuitton introduced Kim Jones on board as the style and men ready-to-wear studio director. Kim is crowned the lead designer leading the menswear, but placed under the directorship of the brand's artistic director Marc Jacobs. Owing to its popularity and high value, Louis Vuitton is currently the most counterfeit brand. So many upcoming brands photocopy the brand's product since they consider it a great status symbol. Even with the company introducing the signature monogram canvas to stop counterfeiting, 18% of the counterfeit accessories seized in the European Union were from Louis Vuitton. So what do you think of Louis Vuitton's history? It really makes sense why people love their product. Every single bag or accessory they release has a full story behind it. Louis Vuitton is such a huge brand with more than 150 years of history. Trying to put all of it in one 10-minute video is quite an impossible task. We made sure to mention the most important and impactful moments of this brand's history. And as always, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment below what brand do you want us to cover next. But for now, have a good one.